All right. We're continuing with setting up an entirely new crowdfunding platform. If you haven't watched the first video, you can go and do that. We are using Bluehost to be able to host the WordPress website, and I'm going to assign the new domain now. So this is under Domains, Assign tab. I'm going to type in my domain here, which we're just using for the purposes of the site, productreviews.com. It's going to verify the domain. The step that we did before was we actually changed the DNS for the domain to point to Bluehost before it was not. So it says step here, ownership has been verified. The name servers for the domain are currently set to this and this. We're going to have it be an add-on domain, and we're going to have it create an entirely new directory. So I'm going to hit assign this domain. It's exciting. It's exciting. We're setting up a whole new site. I don't know. I'm like that guy who loved, we're waiting for this to load. I'm that guy who's always loved setting up like new ventures and new products and new websites. So it's kind of fun to me. Like it brings out the whole like little kid aspect. You're always creating something new and you never know who's going to come across the things that you create online, which is just really cool. I've had people listen to my podcast or watch my YouTube videos or come across one of my websites and have them reach out and say that it's caused these results in their life, or they feel like they know me, or all these different things. It's just so cool that we can now interact with people via the internet. And it's just so cool to me that you can do it pretty simply nowadays. Like it's not rocket science. We're showing you how to do it right now. Okay, we're going to let this load for a second, and then I'm going to show you the next step. At this point in time, the domain has been assigned to the account. Now what we're going to do is we're going to install WordPress on the domain that was just assigned. So we're going to go to install WordPress here. This is under the website tab, and we're going to have to select the domain and also the folder that we want to install WordPress into, and then we can begin to set up our website. When you install WordPress using Bluehost, it also gives access to this Mojo marketplace here, which includes some different themes and plugins and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to install any of those if you don't want. You can also just search themes online and like plugins online. There are a lot of different free themes and plugins for WordPress. So right now we're going to be selecting the domain that we want to install this under. This is killerproductreviews.com. Have it be in the main directory here. You can decide if you want to install one of these. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to hit next. It's going to load, and I think then it's going to begin the install feature. What I like really here is, honestly, when I first got started, there were no like one-click WordPress installs things. Like you had to figure it out all yourself. You had to look through documentation. You had to look a bit through coding, all of that kind of stuff. It was really scary and intimidating. Now we come to the screen where you have to put in your admin information. So for you, that might be the name of your site. We're just going to have this be Killer Product Reviews because that's the name of the domain that I have. I don't know what else to say here. We'll have the email, my email, admin username. Let's have it be S. Brigman just because that's what I have here. Admin password, let's just say it's S. Brigman also. Obviously, I'm changing this so you guys don't hack my site after this. Of course, I know you would never do that, but yeah, okay. Anyway, automatically create a new database. Yes, we want to do that. We understand that installing on the same domain will overwrite any files. Yes, we've read. If you want to look through these, I've definitely did this the first time I got started. I think that's a good idea to look through the terms of service, at least glance at it. And you can also, if you want to do pro, you can do that here, but we're not doing that right now. So I'm just going to hit next, and it's going to start to install WordPress onto the server. Click it, preparing installation. So this will probably take a little bit. While this is loading, I just want to say that there are many ways to set up a crowdfunding platform. The reason that I like WordPress is because it's very easy to prototype the platform. And from there, you can begin to get users, you can begin to build an online presence, and at the proper time, you can then actually set up a hosted platform, or you can bring on an actual programmer to set up one yourself, etc. I think WordPress is a good solution. You could possibly use WordPress and have it be just a professional solution your entire business lifetime. But I honestly think it's more of like you're using this to validate the idea, and you're using this to initially make some money while you're then you can show that traction to investors. So it doesn't, to me, make as much sense for like a full-blown platform 5 years down the road to still use WordPress. At that point, you probably should have raised money. You should have either investors on board, or you should be profitable. And then you can invest in programmers who can set up an entire site for you and can handle all this kind of stuff. This is just for you if you're trying to learn how to do it yourself. And you're also, if you have maybe a developer and they don't want to go through all of the work to code a site or to do one of these white label platforms, you can just use WordPress for that. Okay, looks like it says installation was successful. Feel free to continue browsing the marketplace. When you're ready, you can view your credentials. So I'm going to hit view your credentials, and then it should come up. Your installation was successful. Install theme location, killerproductreviews.com, username sbrigman, password sbrigman. These details will also sent to your inbox. So let's see what happens when we log in to this website. So I've come here now to killerproductreviews.com/WP login. And this is the screen that you're going to use to log in to the administrative side of the website. If I remember correctly, it was sbrigman, username, same thing for the password. And I will be changing this in the future, obviously. We're going to log in here. And this is going to log us in to the WordPress backend or dashboard. And the purpose of the dashboard is really to manage everything that goes on the website. This, in formal terms, is called the CMS. A lot of different CMSs out there. You could use something like Joomla, I believe it's pronounced. If you're setting up a different type of website, you might use something else, etc. But this just basically allows you to manage the thing. When you first get set up, you can decide if you want help being set up for the website. I personally don't need help at the moment, but this could be something good to go through if you are new to the thing. So I'm just going to say I don't need help, and it should bring me to the main page. So this is the main page, dashboard, welcome here, gives you some action items if you want to write your first post. You can write a blog, etc. This is basically the bare bones of a WordPress site. And the thing about WordPress is it's mainly in the past been used for blogging, but I'd say about 4 years ago, it really started to expand into many other types of sites. So you can now use it for e-commerce. You can now use it for an agency. You can now use it for a crowdfunding platform, and we're going to show you how to do that. So very quickly here, in the next video, I am going to go through the actual installation of the plugin we're going to be using. But just really quickly, I'm going to go through some of the functionality here. So first of all, you have your posts here. These are for your blog. So if you're writing a new blog post, you can do that. You can add a post. You have categories, tags, etc. Your media, that's all of the videos or the images that you would upload as the administrator and the library of those. You have the pages. The difference between a page and a blog post is a blog post has comments. A blog post usually has like social share kind of icons. A page is more there to be static. It's non-changing. It's like your services or it's your about page. It's really a core page in your website's overall hierarchy. So that's where the page comes in. You have your comments. People can leave comments on your various posts or pages. Your appearance, we're going to be looking into this in a little bit, but you have themes that you can install via WordPress, both premium themes and free themes. You can customize them. You have widgets. Widgets are basically, if you want to very quickly install functionality, like include a subscriber bar or some things like that. I'll show you that in just a second. You have menus. Menus would be used for your navigational items. Could be on the header or the footer of your website, etc. And the editor, which is editing the actual CSS, cascading style sheets of your site. Usually a coder would be doing this. So they'd be actually editing the code, creating a child theme so they can modify how your website looks like on a coding level. The main things I want to point out here are the plugins, and I'll also go into the widgets. So the plugins are a way to install functionality onto your website. So if we click plugins here, you can basically choose from plugins that are on WordPress, like part of the WordPress marketplace, or you can choose from plugins that you yourself upload. And they will probably suggest a few here already, like a few of these are already installed. Jetpack, this shows you the different stats for your website. So like this many people viewed it, you had this many page views, etc. You can read these various descriptions once you install WordPress. You can go through that. You can also add new plugins, like I just talked about, either uploading them, the actual file, or you have from basically the marketplace here, you can see a variety of different types of plugins like caching. Caching will enable your website to load faster. Let's see what the popular ones are right now. I'm not actually sure. Contact form, so if you want to put in like an ability for people to contact you. SEO, I have this one installed on all of my sites where it'll help you optimize your website for SEO, the titles, all that kind of stuff. WooCommerce, if you want to set up a e-commerce site. So as you're seeing here, there are lots of different plugins, and these are all free. So there are a lot of different ways that you can expand the functionality of your site. And what we will be installing is actually a plugin that enables crowdfunding for your website. So this plugin is going to give you all of the hardcore functionality that you need to allow people to upload projects, to accept money, to set fundraising goals, to list rewards. All of the kind of stuff that you associate with a crowdfunding platform is going to happen via a plugin that we upload. The other thing I also said I wanted to just cover here really quickly are the widgets that we have available to us. So these widgets will show up on the website at various spots depending on the theme that you choose. Some of the widgets that we have right now are search. People can search the site, recent posts, recent comments, archives, etc. There are a bunch of different ones here that come with WordPress. And you can decide also to, if you install a specific theme, it might come with unique widgets that you can then enable. That being said, I also want to, let's just look at themes real quick. The theme that's sort of default here that's already installed is 2017. This is a blog theme. So this is, if you want to set up a blog, you would use this theme. There are other themes out there, both premium and free themes, that you can use to customize the look and feel of your site. So if you are setting, this looks like a fit club or some kind of a gym, you would use that theme. You can see all of the different ones that are here. You could probably even see what happens if we put in like charity or crowdfunding and see if anything comes up. Looks like these are some themes. These are free themes if you want to set up like more of a charity-based site. Let's say if we do fundraising. I'm just doing this on the spot, so I'm not sure if any show up. Okay, we got this one for nonprofit organizations. And you can also preview these themes and decide whether or not to install them. I don't know if any crowdfunding ones will show up. Looks like there's one here. But I will install a specific theme for crowdfunding in the future. That's what I'm going to be going into next video, is the actual plugin we install and also the theme that we install to fully flesh out the crowdfunding platform. And then after that, I'm likely going to be talking about marketing the actual platform. How do you get your initial users, like that kind of stuff, and really just break this down for you guys so that it is as simple as possible. If I would do one thing here, it would be to install an SEO plugin of some type to make sure that you connect Jetpack so you can get some views and stats on that kind of stuff. I'll recommend actually a few other plugins that you can use to expand the functionality of your site. But for now, this is a good next step if you've been following this tutorial video. And next, I will go into the plugin that enables crowdfunding functionality.